My name is Taylor. I'm going to talk to you all about the death penalty and how I believe it should be overturned. I'm going to start with a quote by Jean-Jacques Rousseau. In any case, frequent punishment are a sign of weakness or lackness in the government. There is no man so bad that he cannot be made good for something. No man should be put to death, even as an example, if he can't be left in society without being a danger. The death penalty should be overturned. I plan to explain how the death penalty is defective by the innocent lives it takes, its cost, its failure to deter crimes, and how it doesn't lessen the pain for those who are close to a homicide victim. In my speech, I'll cover the history of the death penalty, its definition. I will also present personal testimonies on the death penalty made by a political figure and myself. I will also provide facts and statistics on the negative impact of the death penalty. By putting the criminal to death doesn't bring the victim back to life. As well, it does not teach the criminal to be remorseful. The criminal's suffering is over an instant rather than spending a lifetime of suffering being treated like an animal in a cage. There are many innocent people being wrongfully convicted. Since 1978, over 130 people were released from death row because they were wrongfully convicted. There have been several documented cases where DNA testing showed that innocent people were put to death by the government. It is expensive for capital punishment than it is for keeping someone in prison for their whole life. The death penalty is an expensive tax for society. People don't realize that carrying out the death penalty takes about 2 to 5 times more than keeping someone in prison for the rest of their life. Cases without the death penalty cost close to $740,000, while cases with a death penalty sought to cost at least $1.26 million. Maintaining each death row prisoner costs taxpayers each $90,000 more per year than a prisoner in general population. The death penalty violates criminal and unusual clause of the Bill of Rights. Whether it's a firing squad, electric chair, gas chamber, lethal injection, or hanging, it's extremely brutal to allow the state sanction murder before a crowd of people. The 8th Amendment of the Constitution prevents this, which is the Cruel and Unusual Punishment Act. Many politicians interpret death row as violating this restriction. President Obama wrote in his recent memoir that he thinks the death penalty does little to deter crime. The death penalty is a way to prove a point to society, not to commit crime. The death penalty should be put to an end. Thou shalt not kill. Our founding fathers based this country on morals and built the nation on religion. How could we have a nation break the 6th commandment, thou shalt not kill? By instituting the death penalty, we are sending the wrong message that revenge is the best approach. Proverbs 24:25. Do not say, I will do to him as he has done to me. I will pay the man back for what he has done. By ending enforcement of the death penalty, tax dollars are saved and citizens of the United States remain unstripped of their human rights. The death penalty fails to rehabilitate crime, and the possibility of executing the innocent is too high. It is expensive to institute the death penalty, and though some people may think that the death penalty is deserved, it is not morally right. Some people believe that it's also necessary. I think it's a display of indecency to kill a prisoner and nationalize it on media, radio stations, TV, newspapers. The death penalty most definitely violates the Bill of Rights, and it's morally wrong. If the death penalty is overturned, prisoners are able to live for as long as time permits. The circumstances of prison are not all flattering. Some people very well may want to die in prison. The point is that the death penalty is inhumane. Government spending is needed elsewhere. Public schools need government spending more than prisoners on death row. U.S. highway systems need government spending more than prisoners on death row. If the death penalty continues, more potentially innocent people will be sentenced for crimes they didn't commit. Like I said before, over 130 people have been released from death row for being wrongfully convicted. For every decision that our society makes, we ponder if that thought is moral or immoral. So how can we continuously say that the death penalty is moral? We can't. It is immoral to murder a human in any aspect. The death penalty sheds light on killing people, but the norm is that people should not kill people. Let's not seek revenge on society by killing its bad people. As citizens, we have a natural-born right to survive. The government should not be in charge of who gets to and who is unqualified. The death penalty goes against the beliefs of our society. A revenge philosophy inevitably leads to an endless cycle of violence. It is important to send a message to society that striking back on the enemy is purely for revenge and will only make matters worse. I believe that the death penalty should be overturned. My name is